Michelle, listen. I'm gonna come. So yeah, we've been practicing fucking Obama.
Obama having intercourse with beautiful Michelle Obama.
Beautiful. And she got fatty. We were actually talking about that as well.
The DNC.
The DNC, Michelle Obama's speech, when she came out to speak, I raised an eyebrow.
Yeah, it was first thing I noticed. I was like, oh, there she is. Bam! And it was that side shot when she starts walking.
Yeah.
I didn't know she had such a rump.
I hate to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I think that they tried to cover up her butt.
Oh, yeah, they for sure did.
Like they popped a graphic up at the bottom of the screen and it covered her rump. And the graphic went away for a split second. And I was like, damn, Michelle got a fatty. But yeah, so that led us to
in a good way.
No, yeah. I mean that in a totally positive, non-chauvinistic way. She had a very nice posterior. But yeah, that led us to working on our new impression that we've been doing.
We're trying to fill up the roster, the vault of impressions.
Listen, Michelle, Malia, get out of the room. Daddy needs some ass. Michelle, slow down. I'm gonna call.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad.
That's pretty good.
Not bad for me. So what's been going on, man?
Not a whole lot, man. This is an intro we tried to record already, and it didn't work out for us.
We did. We got caught in a time crunch, and we decided to try to do our intro on a phone, just to get something done.
Sure.
We need to get this episode out
and to try something different, and it ended up sounding like a pile of shit.
It did, Jerry. Yeah. The wind noise was terrible. We were walking around in Edmond on break at work actually, and yeah, it sounded okay when I played it back on the phone, but I dumped it down to the computer and it wasn't usable.
It's not usable.
I didn't have the touch, didn't have the feel, didn't have the sound.
The touch, the feel of cotton.
Yes. Listen. Peel
Listen.
that cotton dress off.
Listen. Michelle? I think mine's a little too bassy.
It is. I'll kind of go through the top of the nose.
Kind of got to go to the top. What was that?
That was like a Jerry Seinfeld Obama.
No, that's not it at all.
That's a Kermit. So anyways, yeah, this episode, it's a doozy.
It is a doozy. There's a couple of treats in this one for you. Something we have not done, and it was impromptu. It was not planned. There's some things in there that you might enjoy. I think you're going to enjoy it. 2
impromptu occurrences in the same episode.
Yes.
Interesting to me. Anyways, I was editing the episode last night, and yeah, I was like, man, this is strange. This is different.
Yeah.
It's new territory. But yeah, our guest was our good friend, Matt Street. Has been a big part of my life, your life for a long time. Helped us getting Boys podcast off the ground, actually, as far as some of the back end work on
design,
helping us with our website, all that good stuff. And speaking of, before we get to the podcast, if you go to our website, boyspodcast.com, said it once, I'll say it again. A hub.
I'll say it every damn time.
I will. I'll try. A hub of all things boys. There you find our links to our Facebook, our Instagram, Twitter. There's a wonderful little golden donate button. And if you like what you hear and you want this to continue, that sounded like a threat.
Listen, if you want this shit to continue, you'll send me.
You will send me $4. I know you have a few bucks in that PayPal balance.
Yeah.
Send us $4.
$4. I'm going to go one more. $4.29.
Send us $4.29, please. We need it.
We need it.
We don't need it, but we would like it. And to those of you who have donated, we really appreciate
all that kind of stuff. It's great. It's a help. It is a help.
It is definitely a help. And to those of you who have donated, again, I just say thank you very much.
Thank you.
And to those of you who have emailed us or just stopped us in passing in person,
which has happened a couple of times. For me, I could say at least 2 handfuls of times I've gotten stopped in public and be like, hey, really enjoy your podcast. Some people I do know, some people I don't know at all.
Listen, Michelle, that ass is 2 handfuls. I don't know. I'm trying.
The more you do it, the better you get at it. That was it. 10,000 hours.
I need to do 10,000 hours of Barack Obama fucking his wife, the first lady.
And then you'll be perfect.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what it is? Something like that?
I'll be closer.
Close enough to perfect.
Yeah.
Again.
But, so yeah, without any further ado, I guess we'll get to the show here. Matt Street.
Bye.
All right, this is Boys Podcast, episode 15.
With our friend, Matt Street.
What's up?
What is up?
Fellow podcaster. You're in the podcast world now. And I know you're going to play it all nonchalant and be like, oh, it's just this thing I do. But you do it.
And
you
it's
do
just
it well.
a hobby.
You do it well.
You do it damn well. And they're short and sweet. That's what's cool about them.
I think that you would only listen to them because you know me.
No. If I were to if someone were to send them my way, or I were to stumble upon it on like I'm going to be a grandpa on Stitcher or some podcast app and it pops up, I'd listen to it because the way you embed music is really cool. Just the way you do it. And apparently you do it all on a phone.
I don't believe you. First of all, because
Why not?
I think it would be super annoying. It's kind of annoying for me to listen to.
Well, you hate yourself, so there's that.
It's me and my kid who's 4.
Mm-hmm.
And why would you want to listen to a 4-year-old talk? It's a lot of her. It's probably half me talking.
Because it's
and half her
adorable.
talking.
It's kind of cute. It's the topics you guys...
Because you know me. I
don't know.
think there's a lot of screaming.
Yeah. Maybe so.
Well, I listen to it because I'm a new fart man. I love farts, and there's a lot of kid farts on there, dude.
She's ripped one in the last ep that isn't released yet, but
The fart
yeah.
or the ep?
She's been holding it in since Thursday. Yeah.
She's got a scheduled release for Friday at midnight.
Oh, God.
She saves them all up for the 15-minute podcast.
You should just release a 15-minute fart. That could be a podcast. Don't tight-lip me already. We have this thing, Matt and I, we're all old friends here, but Matt and I share some inside jokes, and one of them is, it started out being called the tight-lip street, or excuse me, tight-lip steet, and it's that face you make. Oh, I sound like a bad meme. It's that face you make, it's that face you make when somebody tells you something and you're like, you purse your lips real hard and then tilt your head to the side a little bit.
Is that a thing? Or that's a thing, right? That people do. It's like that
why I oughta.
Yeah, exactly. That's what the face says. It's like, I'm gonna, why I oughta.
Why oughta, yeah.
So it started as a tight-lip street, but
another explanation is in order for that.
Well, your nickname is Steet. Drop the R. And so it morphed into tight-lip Steet, and then it was TLS, and then when I do it, it's a TLH. So when you do it, it'd be a TLM.
Well, a PFM TLM.
A PLM. Penis lips Montgomery.
Oh, God.
Tight-lipped penis?
Ooh.
Penis lips?
Penis lips?
Anyways, back
So
to
I
the
do it
children's
too.
show.
Every time Rob says something, just anything, I give him the TLS. No, anything that I deem why I oughta worthy.
It's TL. Most things I say are TLSable, I would say.
Dumb jokes.
Yeah, I'm full of them.
Yes.
So yeah, your podcast, you and your daughter's podcast. It's funny because I listen to it because I know you. Let's not be liars here,
Right.
But I find it humorous. So there's that.
It's always hard to imagine what people think of whatever. A podcast isn't an art, but if you're recording a song, it's impossible to step outside of that and hear it from a stranger's perspective, right?
Oh, for sure, because you're invested in it. I mean, you've done it. It came from you, so
it's like, what percentage do you think overlaps, opinion-wise, of you hearing your own song and then a stranger hearing a song that you've recorded? Could you kind of feel what they feel? Maybe like 10% of it, or so? There's no way to tell. It's impossible to tell.
Well, I write songs quite a bit, and I give something to Rob more often than not to kind of get his perspective, his take on it, get an outside's view. One, is there anything fucked up? Is there anything clipping that I'm not hearing? Blah, blah, blah. And Rob used to tell me this thing that I do now, like record them and then don't listen to them. Record them and just sit on them for a while and then go back later.
I was thinking about that.
And if you do that, you go back with fresh ears,
Right.
and you'll totally forget. I mean,
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
What if there was a way with technology, like Matrix style, for you to somehow incubator?
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 I felt like I was saying mixing it with incubus. It's incubate.
Well, it is
right?
incubus.
Incubate.
It's an incubator.
Yeah. So if you could go into some time lapse thought incubator,
Mm-hmm.
and
He was
and
incubating.
incubation, and then come out of that with 10 years lapse, and then listen to your song. Do you know what I mean? Like
Sure.
that would be the best way to judge, because if you let a song sit for, you've got stuff that you maybe recorded like 5, 10 years ago or more.
I have hard drives and hard drives of
Yeah.
stuff that I wrote like 10 years ago.
And some of it might make you cringe. Some of it, you're like, you know what? That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
I could revisit that now and redo it or whatever. If you're looking for new material, sometimes there's that old stuff you can grab from.
Well, I recently, I think I talked about a couple podcasts ago. I got a tape deck I found at a surf store for next to nothing. Nice little tape deck. So I whipped out my little going to grandma's house box. You have all your old shit in, your old cassette demos that you would record on like a cassette thing, a recorder.
What's
That's
the model
going to
number?
grandma's house.
So I would go
Like a box of shit that you haven't sold in a garage sale.
like
yet.
like mine is specifically those kids luggage, like overnight luggage.
And it had
box.
two bears on the front.
Yeah, and it's going to
and it's a
grandma's house.
rounded,
Yeah, kind of dome.
so you
but it's
can't
like,
stack shit on
you
it.
can't stack shit
Cool.
on it. Yeah,
And they made a pink one and a blue one.
yeah. Mine was blue. Mine was actually
Yeah.
a flat one.
Mine was pink.
With like a coffin quilted interior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had all my tapes in. So I'm like, I've got a little est, and I was like, I'm gonna put these on and take a listen. And a lot of it was talking with friends and shooting shit ideas. And then it was a bunch of demos of songs. And yeah, a lot of it was like,
Mm-hmm.
what was that? But then a few of them, like, that was a really cool part. And I grabbed the guitar and like, oh, that's how you did that. Or you figure out like you did some random weird tuning that something sounded cool in. That kind of
Mhm.
shit. But yeah, it's kind of like an incubating experience. But
short term.
If you could
very
get that long perspective
oh, definitely.
somehow artificially.
Oh, I feel that all the time. I think most people who do any form of art feel that way. I mean, Dustin talked about that when we had him on, how he'll go through and draw a whole thing and get to the end and be like, nope, and scrap it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you don't know, you have to take yourself out of it.
I was just thinking about that watching Stranger Things,
Mm-hmm.
which, if you're listening to this 10 years from now, Stranger Things was just dropped on Netflix like 2 weeks ago, I think. And to me, that show was just perfect. Script aside and everything, which I think was perfect too, but I know you said there were some gunk moments in it, but
Yeah.
just technically, aesthetically, it was perfect to me.
I believe
But
so.
how do you get, well, in that case, to get something so perfect, you have a team with a lot of veterans on it
Mhm.
and a lot
Like
of
war veterans?
Yeah.
Back in my day, everything was strange. TLS. Why I oughta.
But for you as a person doing one thing,
Mhm.
or you as two people doing this podcast, not that this is like a song or a show, you do these live and you put them out and you,
Mhm.
you know, there's no editing or anything. So it's not the same thing here, but I was just thinking about how they got such a perfect product, even with that team.
Mhm.
I don't know how long it was in development, how long they had been filming and stuff.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
maybe they had 2 years on it. Maybe that's how you get something. But I know anything I've ever tried to do, this has gone away from podcasts long ago, which I want to get back to in a second. But
Sure.
like music wise, I guess specifically, or little movies.
Little movies. Little movies.
I call them little. They're not like
Lil
home videos
movies,
that I do.
LIL.
No, yeah, they're
Little
They're
movies.
vignettes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to watch my videos of my kid? That's I gotta find a better way to say it than that. So I
That
call them
sounds-
little mini movies.
mini movies. I like that.
Yeah.
Vignettes is
I
a
can't
nice
call them
word.
films.
You're a filmmaker.
Short,
Yeah.
very short films.
You're
From 15 seconds to I'm working on a 3-minute.
Oh,
Whoa.
shit.
Hey, Matt Scorsese over there.
The one I'm working on now is that my kid's turning 5. I can't talk about this without sounding like it's just immediately boring.
Well, first of all, let's talk about that for just a moment.
Okay.
So we were talking about podcasting. You were talking about music, stuff like that. You're talking about your mini movies and your little movies. And it's hard to talk about this stuff without coming off as like douchey. Because it's like when I talk about the podcast on the podcast, I don't want the guest or Josh or myself to come off as like our audience, our listeners. But
that's fine. I'm talking about me talking about my kid.
Your kid is fine.
Nobody wants to hear somebody talk about their kid.
Your kid isn't okay. That's bullshit because your kid is an exception.
Thanks.
Your kid is the only kid I want to hang out with.
Some cool people have cool kids,
very
and
few.
are cool with their kids,
right?
And that's what I try to be with my kid. As far as like, if I ever feel comfortable talking about my kid in public, I'm very aware of trying not to kid talk people.
Right. No,
fuck that.
I get that, dude.
Mm-hmm.
As somebody that doesn't have kids and doesn't, at this point in my life, like have a desire to have my own, to have that forced upon you, especially when the kid is shitty. I don't
about people's kids.
Well, even if the kid's cool, but especially when the kid is shitty.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the last thing I want to talk about. But
people's idea of people don't fucking get that what is relatively a big moment or a cool thing that in their own life, their own family that their kid has done. You don't give a fuck if their kid got a karate trophy and they act like it's as big, should be as big to you as it is to their kid.
Well, that goes back to what you said earlier about making something and the incubation stage of like, did you did something and is it really cool? Do people like it? Kind of same thing with a kid. Most parents think that their kid is awesome.
Should I have made this
How do you know that?
I'll find
you
out
made it
5 years from now.
Did you make it? Is your kid cool? Well, I mean, you're in it. It's yours. You have no idea. You're the creator of this thing. But everyone else around you sees it, and they see whatever it is your kid is to the public.
I think...
Just going back to that music thing, I'm trying to tie that together. I don't know if that
No
works.
matter how mindful you try to be of it, even I think my kid's the coolest. I think everybody thinks that their kid's the best thing ever.
Sure.
But I try to be objective about it. I won't force my kid down people's throats, but my kid's involved in all the things that I create now, and I've always created things. It just so happens that my artistic outlets now, these little movies,
and your little podcast
involve my kids. So,
well, that's kind of like I guess that's kind of your mode, your influence now. Whereas back in the day when you were making music and things, you had other motives. There were other things driving you, either relationships or pussy. A lot of it.
I mean, for most of us, it was right. Or I mean,
maybe it even there's
maybe
a lot of books that put that. These are all like evolutionary speculation, but put forth that that's where it all stems from. That's where that our capacity to create and to appreciate these
you don't have to tell me. I've read the first 3 chapters of Sex at Dawn. It's sitting
Does
right
that talk
over
about
there.
music?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it just talks about that. Not necessarily music, but everything. Like everything goes to there.
Sure.
And, I do.
I mean,
understand
that's absolutely
that.
true.
Yeah.
But then there are evolutionary artifacts that might have helped us survive, not just helped us find a mate, but helped us survive in other ways. Like getting along with the group. Maybe music's for that too, but it definitely probably evolved with one of those purposes, right? Having sex or getting along with other people.
Finding your tribe, maybe finding your
group,
your band.
Yeah. I just imagine like we're studying the ancient bonobos of South Africa. Here you see them getting the band back together
in a little bonobo van.
Yeah,
little bonobo van.
Buying the bonobo van and then selling it when you get older.
Is that a song? Little bonobo van, buying the bonobo van.
Was that Raffi?
What kind of song is that?
I don't know. Some sort of
a van full of bonobos.
The guy who did The Streak.
Ray Stevens?
Maybe a Ray Stevens song.
Yes. Anyways, so about this podcast, just to throw it out there in case anybody is wondering, if you want to hear a child on a podcast, go to bonnie.pizza. It's a great children's
That's
podcast.
our website, bonnie.pizza.
Yes,
It's a great website.
It's
The name of the cast, if you're searching on iTunes
Yes.
or whatever, is Bonnie featuring Matt. And there's some real estate duo, Bonnie and Matt, like this dad and this mom with some 80s picture cover art for the podcast.
And
that
it's a
comes up
real
in the
estate
first
podcast?
position. I don't know what it is, but they look like they're selling something.
Oh, I thought that I believed you. I thought it really was a real estate.
No, I think it
podcast.
is.
Is
one,
that a
yeah.
thing?
Dude,
Oh,
there's,
yeah, dude,
there's a
yeah.
podcast
Real
for
estate?
everything now.
No, I'm not talking about like a podcast for realtors, but like a podcast that just
No, that's what
reads
it is.
like
Reads
it reads like the I'm trying to think of a big
The
realtor.
Journal Record?
Brad Reeser in Edmond. I know he's a big one, but it's like this stunning home sits on 4.2
Cool.
acres MOL, more or less. It's an acronym.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
And
And then they describe the photo of the house.
yeah.
They describe. Oh well, it's got it's kind of a ranch style.
It's kind of
It's got 2 windows in the front
Ample parking for your bonobo vans.
stupid.
and a
TLS.
giant garage for your bonobo band.
We can
Anyways.
depart from this podcast talk in a second, but I went off on a tangent, but I was really only wanting to say about the Bonnie featuring Matt podcast and about other people's perception of it is that I could kind of see maybe that it would be to a total stranger, maybe it would be kind of you could just put it on. Well, first of all, the main purpose of it was for kids to listen to, because my kid listened to this one kid podcast that we found that was just a kid blabbering, and kids like to hear kids. But other than that, for as far as adults to listen to it, maybe it's some kind of like you can zone out to it. It might be a break from the other heavy podcasts you listen to, and it might be like just a little therapeutic kind of light-hearted thing.
Well, I'll be totally honest. I started listening to it because you're one of my best friends. And in fact, I'm sitting in the room with like my 2 best friends right now. That's so great.
Oh.
Anyways.
Sorry, all you other best friend candidates
Yeah.
who are listening.
Sorry, Colin. You don't listen anyways, dickhead. Just kidding. Hey, you're my number 3.
Oh, shit.
Naming
Just because of distance.
Stop. That's right.
You got bumped.
Stop naming friends. You got bumped out of my top 2. Anyway, it's like fucking MySpace all over again. No, I started listening to it because you're my friend and I wanted to hear what you did. But I did subscribe, and honest to God, like it's entertaining enough for an adult. And I'm not sitting here trying to like, blow you or anything, but it's entertaining enough for an adult. Like I keep listening to it. Like I didn't just go, okay, I get what he's doing. So that's all you can ask for in a
There's
podcast.
this funny, you all get it, I'm sure. And it would be one of the reasons you probably might want to have, not want to have a kid, but if you imagine yourself having a kid, you could see this as a fun thing to do. But there's this kind of specific kind of humor you can do with your kid who's of talking age, but not of, you could probably treat your kid like this until maybe they're like 8 or 10 or something. But there's this kind of humor you do with them where it's like you speak to them on their plane, you're totally talking to them and making sense, but you're also making fun of them in a way on a higher adult plane that adults would.
But in
get.
no sort of malicious way.
Right.
You're just kind of like fucking with them.
You
a
might
little
make
bit.
some political commentary on top of what in response to something they said, and
Right.
they're like, yeah, right, Dad,
Yeah.
right.
That's fine.
Yeah,
It's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun thing. I mean, to not go crazy, it's one of the things you have to do when you're all alone with the kid for a long time, for
Well,
long periods of time.
You're making the most, man. I was actually featured in the newest episode, which it won't be the newest by the time this comes out, but
That's right. Did
yeah.
you hear it?
I did. I listened. Yeah. And that's
It was really noisy
Very
in the
noi-
buffet where we recorded the intro with you.
yeah, I listened to it, and that's what I was going to say earlier is I actually usually listen to them on the way to work because I don't need my daily dose of Alex Jones on the way to work.
Yeah, you don't want to start your day with that.
No. I start it with the opposite. The Bonnie featuring Matt podcast.
Do you get your Alex Jones through podcasts or on YouTube?
podcast.
Okay.
And what did I say today? What did I say on our work walk today?
Oh, we're not going to bring up Alex Jones today.
No,
I don't want to hear the voice.
No
That's for
impressions.
sure.
No impressions, at least.
Hey, how's it going? Matt, Alex. Alex. Nice to meet you. You guys aren't going to talk about me. Is it because of the liberal elites are coming down on the DNC and they're going to take over the? You guys got to get out there and you got to vote for Trump. That's all I'm saying. You're three attractive young men. You probably got a lot of sway in your community. You probably get out there and just rock the vote, right? For Trump. I'm going to get out of here. My bonobo van's running.
All right. See you later, Alex. God, he always stops by. He's like that annoying neighbor that doesn't knock. Anyways.
There's a bonobo van. I went outside to take a piss in the yard because I'm weird. There's a bonobo van parked outside.
Weird.
It's really weird.
So yeah, I listened to it on the way to work because it is lighthearted, and it's like my friend is sitting next to me and his daughter is in the back seat. So it's nice. And like I said before, I've said this many times. I think I've said it many times tonight in this first 20 minutes, but it's a kid's show. Mm-hmm. But like you said, there's that kind of subversive layer of like humor, and you're just doing a good job. Is what I'm trying to say.
Thanks. And I edit it a lot because, unlike this, you can't keep a train of thought, or you can't stay entertaining. I don't even know if it's entertaining whenever we've recorded 20 minutes and I cut it down to 10, trying to just get to keep only the entertaining parts. I don't even know if it still is. A lot of times I'm like, I won't even share it on social media because I'm like, I don't want people to listen to this one. It's boring.
But does that go back to the creator, the musician who makes something who thinks it's crap, and then it goes on a B-side, and then it ends up being like a fan favorite? You know what I mean?
I'm so much different in the way that I think about I don't do anything these days that is just kind of throwing stuff up against the wall like we all used to do with music, like trying to, like, I don't want to waste my time with mediocre and
For sure.
not mediocre finished product, but like, I guess it's more about like what you enjoy doing, and I enjoy like putting out or making things that I'm happy with. So like, it's not like the same thing as the music thing.
Like, you know, like you basically, when something's worth.
Well, I'm not trying to achieve the same thing as you do with music with that podcast anyway. You know, podcasting is a lot. It's not an art. It is scratching that creative itch.
Yeah.
Is why I kind of keep equating it or having these conversations.
But it's generally just people talking. You're just shooting the shit with somebody for an hour and a half or however long it is.
Well, but see, and that's where I'm talking about when I was talking about earlier, that thin line between coming off as douchey and coming off as like maybe like somewhat confident or just like proud of yourself. Not in a prideful way. I mean proud, not in a bad negative connotation. Like when I went to the wedding reception last weekend, where the fart happened.
Yeah.
You don't know about this yet, but you'll know. You'll know.
You farted at a wedding reception?
Maybe.
Okay.
But 3 different people came up to me and said, "Man, I really like your podcast. Really like it." And we have other friends that, they'd say really nice things. We had a really cool thing happen to us the other day.
Yeah, that was neat.
Which we can talk about that. But what I'm trying to say is, no, I don't think podcasting is an art, but I think that being engaging and trying to keep a show somewhat interesting, and I'm talking about our show, keeping this somewhat interesting and fun. I wouldn't call it an art. That sounds too like hoity-toity, like push your glasses up on your nose, but it's a skill.
Conversation,
perhaps?
Being a conversationalist, I would say is, it's a whole other conversation.
Right, yeah.
Of what's an art
and
what's
again,
craft
I feel like
and whatever, but it's that.
I still feel like I'm veering into the douche lane.
No, I mean, just saying art's fine.
There's, I mean, it seems now like podcasts are like, not to disparage the one you're listening to currently, people. They're like a dime a dozen. There's a shit ton of them, and for the most part, man, a lot of them are kind of bad. Like, they're not bad. This like audio quality, like they don't. I think this is where like the quote, if you want to call it a craft, It's basically taking pride in what you do, and making sure the sound levels are, it's just making it sound as pleasable to the ear.
Yeah, but
possible.
Sometimes, like, some people have really good ideas, but they don't sound great. But so I'm not going to discredit someone.
Sure, I guess. Yeah,
and that, again, we're veering off here into we're taking the exit to Doucheville, talking about all this stuff. I feel
talking about the technicalities of podcasting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
but what I was going to say earlier was, so Josh and I were sitting at. Have you ever eaten at Neptune sandwiches?
Mm-mm.
It's the best sandwich in Oklahoma City.
Dude.
I think you talked about it with the Randy episode.
Oh, did we already talk about Joe? Did we bring that up?
I don't know.
You brought up some sandwich place that you did not agree with that you said, Josh said that you like. I think it was Neptune. I don't know.
Lee's. It was Neptune's and Lee's.
We were talking about
We went the
Lee's.
next day and we ate at Neptune's.
Okay. So different sandwich.
Yeah.
Different place.
Love that sandwich shop motto.
Same friend. Different sandwich, different place. No, I like their competitor. Same old sandwich, different drinks.
Why
I don't know. So Josh and I were okay. So nothing but glowing positive reviews for Neptune sandwiches. It's on Classen. It's a hole in the wall place. And honestly, the sandwiches themselves, they're nothing crazy out of this world, but they're just delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Cloud-like bread, wonderful, packed with toppings. Great Dr. Pepper there too.
They do the bread there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like
you can't have a great sandwich unless you do the bread there.
Right. And this is no Jimmy John's hard bread, throat hurter bread.
I like hard bread too.
Oh, mouth cutter, roof cutter. Like Jimmy John's will cut the roof of your mouth. Anyway, I love it though. But anyways, Neptune's, it's out of this world.
Is that the motto?
Yeah,
I think it actually is.
It should
really?
be.
Shut up.
I like to tight lip right around one of those sandwiches. Anyways, so Josh and I were sitting there eating, and they have a drive-through, kind of wraps around the building, and we're sitting there eating, and Josh looks over my shoulder out the window where the drive-through worker is like handing the sandwiches out, just giving them. You know what I mean?
Like out in front of Chick-fil-A in the mall for the court.
Sandwiches on giant toothpicks.
Whole sandwich.
No, but Josh looks over my shoulder and he TLMs this person over my shoulder, and I turn to my right and I look out the window and there's this guy driving by in a white van, and he's like waving at us and smiling. And
Bonobo van?
It was a bonobo van. It was a Chevy Bonobo. And Josh was like, "Oh, I know that guy. It's Joseph, right?"
Mm-hmm.
And
Joe Payne.
So we,
shout out.
We do our little do your little friendly wave, and like I'm thinking, okay, he got his sandwich. He probably wants to eat it, so he's gonna go on his merry way. Well, then I notice he drives past us out the window, and then in my periphery, I see that he parks, and I thought, okay, is this guy pulling like the ultimate stop and chat? or did they fuck up his order? Maybe he had to come in and maybe they forgot his chips. I don't know. And Neptune sandwiches, they won't forget your chips. Or is it they always forget your chips? Anyways, he comes in and he walks up to the table, and I don't know this guy. And he's like, "What's up, Josh?" And I say, "Hey, what's going on?" Because I'm Josh. And he goes, "You're never going to believe this. I was just listening to your podcast."
Uh-oh.
How cool is that? Like, it was such a cool moment. Again, not to get douchey, but like somebody was listening to our podcast that we ran into together.
Yeah.
Eating sandwiches. Maybe we were talking about sandwiches.
Maybe we were.
I don't know.
That's fame.
But that was a good feeling, man. So not to say that podcasting is art, but man, it's so cool. Whether it's a few people or 50 or 100 or whatever it is, thousands, to know that whatever you're putting out there, whether it's little movies, little podcasts, large podcasts,
medium-sized podcast,
any size, that it's being received.
Yeah.
So that's
maybe
cool.
That's not to get into the conversation about what constitutes the word art, because I mean you could call it any number of things, whatever. It's all arbitrary, but maybe that's one of the criteria for what most people would call art, is that it's something that you intend to reach people and to connect with people. like the difference between an art and a trade or a craft, you know? It's something that's intended to touch somebody in some deeper than surface level.
So when I go to Subway and I order my sandwich,
Which
is that art?
What's their motto?
Sandwich artist.
Yeah.
That's what they are.
No, it's
eat fresh, but by eating
it's
fresh, they mean
but
you're
they are
eating,
sandwich
you're
artists.
eating. These big.
They call them sandwich artists.
Yeah,
really.
they're Picassos. They are Picassos of mediocre,
Like shitty.
wait, mediocre?
God, Rob, Jesus.
Or you're gonna tight lip so hard that your bottom lip's gonna wrap over your head like a reverse hoodie. Anyways, I thought that their motto was Subway. Did we wash our hands? Because
They wear gloves, dude. They wear
Oh,
those
that's
Yeah,
true.
but so they don't wash their hands. They put these gloves on.
That's right.
Dude, and those gloves, you know those gloves. They're not the
Those
latex.
those plastic,
Like
like a fruit produce bag.
No,
at a
like
grocery store.
those the ones you get in like the shitty hair dye boxes.
Yeah, they're
Mm.
like,
No, they're not as rubbery. They're like crinkly
Yeah.
plastic.
yeah.
Maybe I don't
No,
know.
like
I
the
haven't
shitty,
bought a
like the-
dye
No, you're
box
talking-
in a while.
Matt nailed it with produce bags.
Yeah.
The cheapest, thinnest, translucent plastic that don't fit. And like,
But that's not to say they don't go piss with those produce bags still on their hands and then come right back
Dude,
out.
if you're getting paid $7 an hour to be a sandwich artist, you're probably pissing with them bags on your hands.
okay, and that was my point. And not to get into a class war or anything, but I slipped in. Oh no.
Was that an Alex
It-
Jones?
Hey, no.
Alex,
Stay
no.
out. Stay out. Snow.
Jeez,
Stay
Alex.
But not to get into a class war, but dude, if I was getting paid, I'm about to start a war here with my words, a war of words. If I was getting paid, if I was getting paid $7 an hour to take orders and make sandwiches all day, I might not wash my hands either.
I would purposely fuck with those sandwiches.
Wait.
Because fuck that
We
shit.
all
I'm
work
here-
shitty jobs. Did you not? I mean, did you
I never
follow
worked
the
in
rules?
food.
I worked at Brahms.
But
I didn't wash my hands.
I
didn't
never
wash my
worked in
hands at all.
food, but I did purposely fuck shit up because I wasn't happy at wherever I was when I was younger, right? That
Yeah, stick it to the
that
man.
has to go
Take
on at
something
food
home.
places too.
Yeah.
You're like, I'd rather be at home playing my video game
Mhm.
or whatever, and I don't see any way out in the near future of this sandwich shop, so I'm gonna jizz on this sandwich.
Well,
Yeah.
here's my question. Okay, so
Jesus.
I was at work today, and I went into the bathroom to hang out for a little while, and I noticed that there was a booger on the wall.
Just like we saw in the truck stop.
Yes, same booger actually. It migrated. It followed me home.
Describe. Was it a hard?
Well, it was green.
Was it?
Classic.
Wait, was
booger.
it at the urinal? Like eye level urinal?
What? No urinal. Just a commode, a classic commode.
So it was on the stall wall.
No stall. It was on the wall. No, actually,
Our restrooms are like a home restroom.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
In
I'm
fact,
picturing
one of our
a
restrooms-
truck stop.
No.
You're at work.
we're at
Okay.
work.
I got you.
We're in an office building, so these bathrooms are more like home restrooms. No stall, one sink, one commode. One of the bathrooms has a shower in it. Anyways, so this setup was commode, like if you're standing in front of it taking a piss, commode. Next to the commode was a trash can, and then next to the commode and the trash can was a sink to your right. The booger was strategically placed about halfway between the commode and the sink.
Okay.
Which I was doing the math in my head as I was urinating. You would have to lean it over to wipe this booger.
So you sensed some hostility or some effort in
yeah.
the placement of that?
Well, I actually noticed the trajectory of the wipe
Okay.
and the angle of the wipe, and it was definitely like it was a hard wipe.
You're
From-
assuming it was wiped from the sitting
That's
position?
what I'm saying. Maybe you're there at the sink and did it.
Okay, when you wipe a booger, it's kind of like a crescent shaped. Like the
You mean
radius,
like always? Like generally when
Like a
somebody
C-shape?
wipes a booger?
like the big part of the D.
I don't do a big
Okay.
wipe. If I put it somewhere, I just kind of like, I place
But
it.
you
Because
just-
if you
you-
wipe it, it smears. Like I try to plate, I put it, and then
Who's
I
putting
just
boogers
barely
on
move my hand, like kind of barely tweak my
I'll
finger.
Flick. I'll flick it. I'm not
They
gonna wipe
stick.
it.
You
on
can't
anything.
flick.
You can't flick your own boogers.
You got to flick a few times. It transfers thumb, finger, thumb, finger. flicks.
Totally does. So anyway, back to this booger. I thought first, okay, a few things crossed my mind as I was finishing up my piss. Number one, Who wipes a booger at work?
Yeah.
That's like wiping
Do you
a
have an
booger at your
idea?
house.
Like, is there a guy?
Probably the guy that drank my water. He's a
Dude.
water-eating,
Who? You
booger
know who
wiping
drank?
son of a bitch.
You found out who
No.
drank? Oh.
I still
probably
have
is
the
the same
signs
guy.
up at work. Have you seen it? And it's just a picture of a glass of water.
Is this the first time a guest's phone has gone off during the podcast?
Surprisingly, no.
Oh, wait.
Go ahead and answer it.
Yeah, I think it's... Hello?
Hey, this is Floyd from U.S. Pharmacy. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Floyd, how is it going?
I'm doing all right, sir. Thank you for your concern. You remember you bought some Viagra and Cialis medication from us last time?
Yeah, I love that
How
shit.
those pills are working?
It's working great. I'm almost out, though.
They're working great. Which one you like the most? So you like Viagra 100 milligrams the most or Cialis 20 milligrams the most?
The Viagra makes my cock longer, but the Cialis makes it veinier. So is there a way I could take both?
Yes.
So can you get me 100 milligrams of both of those?
100 milligrams Viagra.
No,
I'll
both.
give you...
I like to I want to try a cocktail so I can get it long and veiny.
Okay.
Because with the veiny, it's also a lot thicker. How big's your dick?
You wanna...
How big is your dick?
About my dick?
Yeah, how big is your dick?
Why you wanna know that, man?
Because I mean, do you take Viagra? I want to know what I'm getting here.
I think you are thinking to give me a blowjob. I mean, right?
Would
That's what you're asking.
you take one from me? I would love to suck that cock.
What happened, motherfucker? Now what happened?
Would you suck my dick? If I got it all veined up with Viagra?
That's why you were asking me that how big your dick is. That's what you were asking me. So
Listen, I just want to know something. Can I suck your dick? Hey, can I suck your dick?
yes, you can suck my dick anytime.
Okay, what's your phone number? I'll text you my address. Do you swallow cum?
I'm running out of time. I'll talk to you some other time. Sure.
No. Don't hang up. I want to suck your fucking dick. Please, don't hang up. Don't hang up. I want to suck your dick.
Oh my god.
Okay, I knew that was gonna happen. That's why I answered it. I've told you.
Yeah,
I get. If you look through my caller ID,
Tell the story.
if you look through my caller ID today, it's really picked up. I've probably got 10 calls today from these people.
Mm-hmm.
The online pharmacy. It started maybe like 5 years ago, and at the least frequency, I was getting the calls like once a month, and I've recently pissed them off by answering and doing that kind of stuff, and it's really ramped up to I might have to change my number soon.
You told me about this like over a year
that
ago.
was
It's
fucking
been going on.
awesome.
Perfect
It has
timing.
been 5
Dude, yeah.
years.
I'm so glad you answered that.
Yeah,
That
was great.
I did the Liam Neeson thing from Taken. Is that what that movie's called?
Yeah. I have a
Just like winging it. All I remembered was this specific set of skills, and I told him I was going to kill him. I was going to find him. I was going to slit his throat. And after that, they started calling like every day. So there is not only with these people, there's definitely not a do not call list, but there is most definitely a harass this person list. I am on the fuck with this person list because it's a different dude.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of fucking company? First of all, how do they make their money? And second, why do they have a fuck with this guy list?
Why do they have your number?
Yeah, why do they have your number?
I literally, like, no, this is not because I ordered Viagra. But
Did you order Viagra?
No, this was when I was in Austin the first time. So like 10 years ago, I was uninsured, and I tried to order some stupid thing I probably could have got for $5 as a generic or something. It was like amoxicillin or something stupid. I didn't have insurance, so I was just going to going to try to see if I could get it online. That's how they got my number. That's when it all started.
And now you feel like you have to you might have to change your number over this.
I can tell like this. It's been at the several times a day rate before, and if I stop answering for a while, they'll slow down. So I just need to stop answering for a while.
But it's so fun, right?
I know, and then every time I want that fun, it picks up again.
I told you this last time we talked about this. I feel like you need to record that shit.
Yeah, well, we just did, and that's enough because that's the conversation every time.
Every time.
But I sped it up this time. Usually I'll fuck with him because the point is to waste his time,
right?
If I'm not doing anything, and I feel like I started doing that gay shit because I felt like culturally I might freak him out, but
right.
He was into it.
He was into it.
Way into it.
I'm gonna get his phone number one day. So these Google Voice numbers that change
yours.
every day.
You should do an Alex Jones next time.
I can't. I don't have a good Alex Jones. I can't get all gravelly like that.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good time to take a break.
Sure.
We'll be back.
Hey, bro, what are you drinking? Oh, this? It's an Anthem Arjuna. What about you? Just beer? Oh.
This episode of Boys is brought to you in part by Anthem Brewing Company, located in the heart of Oklahoma City.
Check them out online at anthembrewing.com.
If it is an anthem,
It's just beer.
Welcome back.
welcome back. Boyspodcast.com is the name.
That is the name of the website. Boys Podcast at Facebook. You can find us there. You can email us at boyspodcast@aol.com and keep the emails coming.
Yes, please and thank you. And also there's a donate button on our website.
Yes.
And if you feel like donating, that would be cool. Appreciate the donations so far. They're just rolling in. And they are rolling in.
They are rolling in.
And speaking of the website, Matt, you had a huge hand in helping us get off the ground.
Yes.
Built our website for us and really kind of set up Boys Avenue as far as a means of getting this out. And for that, I thank you. And speaking of, we from time to time, or most of the time, play a commercial for your business, Fat Bison. And yeah, you make badass signs and wooden signs. That didn't really sell it. You make signs.
Badass signs.
But yeah,
They're badass.
So in lieu of a commercial, we'll just say go to fatbison.com and check out these signs. Buy one for your dad. Buy one for your boss. Buy one for your dying uncle.
Buy one for your clubhouse.
If your uncle is dying,
What kind of sign would you buy your dying uncle?
don't die. Simple.
Don't die, Dan.
Don't.
Hopefully your
Fucking
uncle
die.
has a D name.
Uncle Dan, please don't die.
Don't die, Dan.
Put it on a sign, put some gold leaf on
Please
it,
don't die.
hang it
Why
on
don't they make
hang it on the hospital
cards
wall.
that say "Don't die"? Please don't die.
Yeah,
Like,
but I think a hand carved or a wood sign just really brings it home. It says, "Hey, I put a lot into it. I just don't die.
no, right. But I'm thinking like, why don't they make
Don't die cards.
Yeah, just like the basic
Like not
sentiment, just cheap $1, just to get the
Sure.
Nobody expresses that sentiment to a dying person.
I
Just
get
don't
get
die.
I get well.
Right.
Sorry for your loss.
But maybe that's what's missing.
But in between
from
the
people
two is
dying.
just don't die.
Or you could buy one for your uncle that you can do custom shapes. Do one of the Grim Reaper, and at the bottom it just simply says "See you soon." I saw that. Somebody,
Yeah, like why aren't there funny death cards?
or cards for the deceased. You lay them at the
There kind of
altar.
are that you put on plants.
Oh, true,
Yeah.
true.
Cards.
Sorry you died. Here's some flowers. They'll die.
As
Well-
everything well.
We'll all die.
There should be more funny
Wait.
in dying.
Fat Bison.
Yeah.
What a great plug for Fat Bite.
Fatbison.com. Buy a sign for a dying uncle.
They'll live.
They'll live forever?
The sign will.
Yes.
Ooh.
Live
weathered.
on forever in wood.
You put some of that wet seal on it.
So anyways, yeah, so thanks for that, Matt. And yeah, thanks for the people out there who are supporting the show, whether it's donations, listens, likes, shares, all of that fun stuff.
All of it.
Means the world to us.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a quick story to tell to just get us...
Fart?
Well, not this time,
Okay.
but it's equally as scary. So Erica went out of town this last weekend, and I had the house to myself for 2 nights, which is weird. When you're married,
Risky business style.
Masturbation time, right?
well, yeah.
Crank
Because
it
what
on.
else? You always
Incuba-
game whenever
incubation?
you want.
Incubation?
Yeah. Well, you get in your zone. You crank the speakers. No headphones needed.
Oh, dude, I spanked so many times. Like, no, the first day I was home alone, I spanked 4 times
In one day?
in one day.
Gotta get, yeah.
That's
Because
no.
you know,
That's getting back
part
to like
of,
young man's days.
Yeah.
you know, like, I think the difference is that you know how much time it takes you after jacking off to
What is
get
that
back
called?
to baseline.
What is that called? There's a term for that. Your something period. Your
Regen?
it's,
Really?
It's not regeneration. It's not rejuvenation.
Is it a gaming term that's been applied to
No, I can't remember what it's called.
respawning? time?
Recendiary?
Oh, you're talking like a real medical term.
Yeah, there's
Sure.
there's a term and I can't think
To
of
get
it.
back to, are we talking about just like volume wise, like to get back to your
It's right on the top of my
semen
dick head.
production?
Off the top of my dick head. You're talking about like in order to achieve another erection?
After you're finished,
Yeah.
you wipe up, flush it down.
Flush it down.
If you don't eat it.
I want to say it's recendiary, something. There's the time between extrapolating and the time to where you can like start again.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like the rate at which you would jack off. Like the reason you don't do it multiple times or maybe not at all when your wife's home is that you want maybe, in my experience, is you want to keep your sex drive up to foster the relationship, right?
For sure.
So you're not going to be jacking off 4 times a day.
No.
Or else you're going to be like, I'm not sleeping in the bed tonight. I'm going to be playing video games.
Speaking of risky business, there is a fine line. Like when you're in a long-term relationship, an LTR, or you're married. TLS, thanks for that. You were TLSing while drinking a beer.
No, I spit.
Like, how are you drinking that?
Refractory period.
Refractory. There it is.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
I Googled it.
Yep.
But
That was almost an
but
Alex
that's
Jones.
just the time between after you extrapolate and before you could achieve an erection
Yes.
again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back in the game.
Well, anyway, I'm really
ahead.
veering off topic here. So the first night rolls around, and boy, am I spent. I'm ready to hit the hay.
Well, you've jerked off 4 times.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired.
What else did you do the first night? Or the first day, whatever.
I played my Nintendo 3DS, which is just covered in jizz by this point.
The whole house.
Anyways, okay, I'm getting off topic here.
No, I'm just interested in like I love that feeling whenever
Oh yeah,
because it's the same feeling as whenever mom left when you were 13.
Yeah.
And you had the house to yourself.
oh totally. It's even better now because it's so much more rare. Like Erica and I, we don't spend very much time apart while we're here at home.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm here, she's here 90% of the time. You know, when I'm not working or doing this or, you know, pricing bonobo vans, I am with her. And so the first night, it's bedtime. It's bedtime. And it was Sunday night. I had to work Monday morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't tired. I know I just said I was tired, but I really wasn't tired. Okay, my wrist was tired, but my brain wasn't tired. So I decided, you know, it might be a good night to maybe try to turn in a little early. Perhaps with a little medicinal help from an Ambien. Okay. So I have a prescription for Ambien that I take from time to time because I do have trouble falling asleep a lot of nights and staying asleep. So I go to the medicine cabinet. I grab the bottle of Ambien. I fish one out, and I go and I set it on the nightstand. And I'm like, I'll come back to you later. So then I go dip me a nice cake cone of ice cream, a little late night snack. And I go back and I'm going to eat the ice cream in bed. So
Is this Munchie's ice cream?
no.
Okay.
I'm ready to.
Because you don't weed an Ambien, right?
So anyways, I get my ice cream. I'm heading to bed. I got The Office queued up on the Netflix in the bedroom. I'm like, I'm gonna eat some ice cream. I'm gonna watch an episode of The Office that I've seen like 30 times. I just watch The Office all the time. It's just my go-to. It's my go-to if I want to
Feel good?
Yeah.
It's like a warm blanket.
It's like equal parts nostalgia because I've seen it before, and I just think that the humor is funny. It is my favorite TV show of all time. Truly is. The American Office at that. So I go back towards the bedroom. I get in bed. I got my ice cream cone, and I look over and I'm like, I'm checking up on my Ambien. I'm like, okay, it's gone. And I start freaking the fuck out.
It's either a cat or a dog.
No, I thought, did you take it? Did I take it like out of like just like
Right.
reflex, you know? Just like did I pull the pill out of the bottle and just like pop it in my mouth and like maybe take a drink of water?
That feel. Yeah.
Yeah. Or it's like you ever walked around the house and been like, "Where's my phone?" And it's like in your pocket or in your hand.
Yeah, in your hand, yeah.
I've done that before. So I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then I started like second guessing myself. I'm like, "Am I getting sleepy? Am I going to be able to finish this ice cream? What's going on?" And then I look, I'm freaking out, and I look over, and our new cat is laying on the bed, and it's doing this weird thing, like it's trying to like lick itself, and I'm like, oh shit. I run over to the cat. I grab the cat, and it's a Persian cat, so it's a long-haired cat, beautiful little kitten. And it's still doing this motion, like it's like I don't even know how to describe the motion I'm doing, but it's like trying to lick its own face. And I pick the cat up by the nape of its neck.
It's Audrey Hepburning,
more or less, yeah. And it had the pill in its mouth. Oh shit! But the cat has really long hair, and the cat often there's an area around the cat's neck, under the cat's chin, where it has really super long hair, and I call it the cat's Shakespeare because it resembles like the Shakespeare collar,
Pirate shirt.
Yeah.
Or no, that's different.
Well, yeah, the Shakespeare was like almost like your head looked like a cupcake.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, the pill was wrapped in the fur of the cat's Shakespeare in its own mouth. So I stuck my finger in the cat's mouth and pulled the Shakespeare out of the cat's mouth. In that Shakespeare was the pill.
And then you took it.
No, I pulled it out and I looked at it and I was like, whoa. Like, have you ever taken an aspirin and couldn't swallow it fast enough and it starts to shrink a little bit?
Like a sweet tart.
Yeah, it's not smooth anymore. It's almost like porous and it's not shiny anymore. Yeah. So this cat tried to eat my sleeping pill.
And it got some of it.
It got some. Because I took that pill, went back to the bathroom, and compared it to an unmolested pill. And it was...
Volume, you could tell.
I would say it was at 80%.
Yes.
Of the normal pill.
That's a lot for a little 2-pound cat.
Dude, if 2 pounds, this cat is small. It's not even a year old yet.
So what happened
was
to
the cat feeling good?
Okay, so I'm fucking freaking out because I love the cat. My wife absolutely adores this cat. Wonderful cat.
So you assumed the cat might die. I would think it...
Oh, I'd immediately go to that. She's gone. It would be your luck. You just jerked off 4 times.
I killed the cat.
You killed
That's
the cat.
Movie.
I killed the fucking cat. And so I was so paranoid. I was like, what am I going to do? Do I call a place and ask how much Ambien is enough to give a cat?
Excuse me, how much Ambien is appropriate for a cat?
So I freaked the fuck out. I was like, what am I going to tell my wife? Should I stay up and like babysit this cat? It's like if your friend took some mushrooms for the first time, like you don't just go to sleep. You stay up with the friend and you like make sure they're okay. And then I started thinking, dude, what if I go to sleep and this cat dies and I wake up to a dead cat?
Then that's your story and everything's fine.
Oh,
Cats
no.
die.
And I told my wife about this and I said, you know, in retrospect, if the cat would have died, I wouldn't have said that it ate an Ambien. Obviously.
I don't know what happened. But
the cat just
how
died.
Is that your fucking... You can't just not leave pills on your nightstand. Why the fuck?
I don't have children.
What's a nightstand for?
Right.
You could have a glass of wine on there and the cat could drink the wine. It's not your fault.
No, I usually have a glass of wine, 3 or 4 Ambiens,
A rail of Coke. I got a lot of things out there.
Like Coke.
and my gun. I keep a revolver on the nightstand.
Loaded and
every
cocked.
night.
The cat could have.
Yeah.
Cocked and loaded, ready to go.
But there was this moment where I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? I was so scared. And then I got to thinking, I was like, okay. So I started going through the house and like Ambien cat proofing the house. I was like, okay, is there anything that I left out that a stoned cat might get into? My first thing I did.
You went into the mind of a stone cat.
I did. I got on all fours and I was walking around the house. No, I did. But the first thing I did, and really the only thing I did, I dumped out her water for the night because she's a flat-faced cat, little cat. She loves drinking
You don't
water.
want her to drown in the water.
I've never seen a cat drink so much water as this cat. So I poured out her water because I thought, knowing my luck,
How did you envision this? Like
Like-
she just passed out over the bowl
Yes.
and fell flat face.
flat face, because her face is so flat, it would only take about 2 centimeters of water for this cat to drown. And I thought, what if I woke up and her paws were hugging her bowl and she was face down in water, dead?
Like cat suicide.
Caticide.
This is really
Pussy side.
paranoid.
Too far.
Well, I was
Were you not stoned?
I don't remember.
I think you may have popped an
might have
Ambien.
been.
You smoked weed, popped an Ambien, and been like, shit.
Oh, dude, it was
I feel you,
so
though.
scary. It was so incredibly scary because my wife completely adores this cat. Like
Mhm.
this cat is her favorite thing we've ever been around in our lives together. So I thought, just my luck. And I went back to my Christian guilt that I've always had. And I was like, it's God punishing me for jacking off 4 times in a day.
You're kidding, right?
No, I seriously thought that. I was like, well, this is the end.
That's why I shouldn't-
You felt that like a funny bone reaction, right? You didn't logically go through this thought process.
No. I thought it in that, yeah, just like you said, a funny bone reaction.
Like, well, I did jerk off 4 times today. It's probably God mad at me.
It was so scary though. Dude, like how would I have explained that? I mean, well, first of all, I would have lied. I would have lied and lied and lied forever.
Because that's good for a relationship,
Well,
from what I hear.
it can
Things get complicated
it can
whenever cats and Ambien.
Whenever,
get involved.
deceased cats come.
it can.
Here's
it
something
can save
Erica
you.
would not agree with. A sentiment that I think you might, and you might.
Mhm.
We grew up in a Choctaw's a small place back
Small
when we
town.
grew up.
Yeah.
It's country. And not that we all grew up with livestock and animals and treated them that way, but it was common that we knew somebody or had relatives and we did personally treat animals this way, in that farm sort of way, you know, where if you're not familiar with that country mentality, an animal passing is not, it's not
Like there were no such thing as a cat funeral
Yeah.
when we grew up,
Yeah.
or a dog funeral.
No.
you'd bury the thing and
Yeah,
the kids and the mom might go out and say some words, but there were also, this didn't happen in my family, but I knew plenty of kids whose dad took the dog out back because this dog couldn't get its shit together and kept biting the horse or whatever. So he took the dog out back and blew its head off with a shotgun or something. That's the way that you treat animals on a farm, which is not how I think about dogs. I wouldn't go shoot
No.
a dog with a shotgun, but I'm also not, I don't project, what do you call it? Anthropomorphize the animal,
Right.
and project a human emotion
Well,
on it.
let me quote my dad and put this on a sign, Matt. I will never kill a dog again. My dad said that not too long ago.
What happened?
Well, no, just growing up, like we had a Rottweiler, and I'm sure, I'm sure the PETA activists out there will just have a heyday with this one, but it's all part of the technocracy, people. Drink
Dude,
your tap
Alex,
water.
man.
Sorry. I'm gonna be going now. I got a cat to
I don't
save.
think he talks about PETA.
No,
I don't know.
I think he's. Anyways, growing up, let me just put it this way: my dad has killed a few dogs in his day.
Yeah, it's like a utilitarian.
Out
It's
of
like
necessity?
Old Yeller. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
Ever
Gotta
seen
put
it?
a dog
Dog's
down
ill. Got to
sometimes.
put the dog down.
Well, case in point, we had a Rottweiler growing up, and he was just a bad egg. He was just a bad seed. He was a bad apple.
Because he tore shit up. And
No, he would bite people. He was a vicious, horrible dog.
Did he bite you guys?
He bit my friends. He never bit me, but he bit like two of my friends. He bit one of my sister's friends. And my dad took him out behind the barn, fucking put a hole in his head. Like, he shot the dog.
You gotta think about the options in 1989 or
That's
whatever
true.
you're
There wasn't
talking about.
like you couldn't just take your dog to a goddamn PetSmart and put it through behavioral classes.
And
Or
you
why
think
would
about
you?
the cultural, political climate
Oh, sure.
surrounding animals and things at that time, and what people knew and how people. It was more accepted that.
And in no way am I trying to say that that's okay. But in no way am I trying to say that it's in...
There is a hierarchy of life, I
Yeah,
believe.
Yeah.
But I love dogs and cats
Well,
too.
put it
I'm
this
not
way.
trying to sound harsh.
How many times? Let's say this. How many times did you hear the word vegetarian up until 1998, 97? How many times did you hear that? Never. I've never remember hearing that word.
Yeah, never.
I don't know. We probably weren't concerned with.
Well, no, we weren't. But it
We
goes
didn't
back to
have a
that
radar
small town
on.
kind of. No. Well, why would you? Why would you?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. It might have been on like 60 Minutes, and they were like,
but not even that. The latest fad in Southern California, vegetarianism.
Things were
Obviously,
different then,
You just don't eat
for
meat.
sure. And I think that the farm animal thing was.
Oh yeah, I had friends who had like ostriches and pigs and all kinds of shit in their backyard, and it's like, well, if it's a mame animal, you have to put that fucking animal down. It's a liability.
My point in bringing that up, though, is that if that happened, what you're saying with the Ambien thing, I wouldn't freak out. I would think this cat might die. It's not my fault. I can put an Ambien on the nightstand. That doesn't mean I was trying to kill a cat. No big deal. No big deal.
Right.
However, you should be more mindful if you have a couple. You have two cats
2 cats and a dog.
and a dog. Maybe be a little more mindful, or not. Maybe not be such a pussy to take the Ambien then.
Oh, dude.
No, you can't. What I'm saying is you're
No.
going to overlook. You can't
I know.
cat-proof your life,
That's
or
true,
else
you
you're going to be
can't.
living like a weird bubble boy. You can put a fucking pill on your nightstand.
Yeah.
If having a cat means you can't put a pill on the nightstand, then fuck cats.
Put that on a sign. But no, seriously. And that's the thing is I did go back and forth. I freaked out, and then I was like, it's just a little Ambien.
Mm-hmm.
Probably kitty's going to go to sleep. Have little kitty dreams of tuna cans.
You should have thought. You should have assumed everything was going to be fine.
But you
Yeah.
saw his reaction to
Her. Hey,
sorry.
hold on.
Oh, I did gender specify your cat?
Yeah.
Her. Sorry.
Well, enough with the
how
hate speech.
How
okay?
dare you put a gender on your cat? Let your cat decide what gender he or she or they are.
True. Maybe my cat identifies as a male.
You have no idea. Anyways,
Maybe she identifies as a dog.
But it
I
was-
don't know. Next, she might be marrying a human. Who knows?
Anyways,
Anyway.
so the way it was attacking that, going at that pill, it maybe if you wouldn't have, who knows? Maybe I think worst case scenario would have happened. The cat would have passed the fuck out and slept for a very long time.
Like 4 days. If you do the math of like weight versus
Yeah.
milligrams, that cat probably would have
Yeah.
slept
I don't
for
know.
a long
Like
time.
if more. Does the heavier dosage equate to longer length slept, or does it equate to like a deeper sleep in the same time? I don't
Maybe.
know.
Dude,
I've never
I don't
taken
know.
it.
like one of those like 80s, late 80s or early 90s like comedies where like the dog's dead and then it just miraculously pops up at the end of the movie. It's like, oh, the dog's alive. Like that kind of
Like
shit.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, a Bernie's.
I don't know.
No,
I don't
no.
remember how that ended.
I haven't.
Can I tell a quick cat story?
yeah,
cat
yeah,
death story.
Of course. I love a good cat death story.
And this is what I was thinking about to myself the whole time I'm talking about thinking of animals as you like sometimes you have to put an animal down. Maybe some people don't even know what putting an animal down even means.
Shooting him in the face.
God. Drowning kittens in a bathtub.
Says the only vegetarian in the room. But shoot him
If
in
you-
the fucking face.
It's good eating.
If you own livestock and If you own animals in like a country farm sense, you have to do things that city dwelling animal owners don't have to face or even think about. Like I have two Shetland ponies for my kid. I don't necessarily care about Shetland ponies for myself, but
Make your dick
that's
look
the
big.
kind of animal, huh?
Make your dick look big. Sorry. Go on. Please go on.
That's the sort of animal that you have to. If a horse fucks up its leg, sometimes that means you have to.
Put it
With
down.
certain horses
Race horses.
and certain injuries, the horse is no good anymore. That wouldn't be my case with the ponies.
I call that sending it to the glue factory.
Yes, that's where that came from. I think
Which-
that's what they do.
I also think that spawned, like, all dogs go to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just like a euphemism for I killed the dog. Right?
If something goes to
kind of
heaven,
like
I think that's a pretty obvious euphemism for it's dead.
Right. Go on.
Well, like, yeah.
So the cat thing that happened last maybe 2 Christmases ago. So it's like 3 days before Christmas. My kid's cat. I don't like cats. Fuck this cat. We had one of those litter boxes that has the dome over it, and it's supposed to contain the litter, and that thing still kicked out every day. There's litter all over the kitchen floor.
Isn't that fun to walk on?
No, fuck cats. They stink.
Thank you. They stink.
They stink. If you could have a cat that could wander inside and out freely, that'd probably be all right. But anyway, this cat, which was my kid's cat, she went and picked the thing out from the shelter, so she was very attached to it. It got sick 3 days before Christmas, really lethargic, laying on the floor, not doing anything, wouldn't eat, wouldn't drink. I was feeding it mashed up cat food mixed with water through a syringe. And on Christmas morning, the thing finally died. No,
Merry Christmas.
it didn't die. I killed the thing, which is what I'm getting to. This is how I had to kill it. I choked it.
For real?
No, I didn't choke it.
Oh my God.
I strangled it.
I should have. Looking back, though, that might have been an easier
Yeah, but
way to kill
nowadays
this
that's like
thing.
animal cruelty. You can't really do that.
But is it cruel? Like,
No,
it's-
But I mean,
it sounds cruel.
it's pretty humane
You're
to not let
pulling
an
the
animal.
plug.
Yeah.
This was going down. This cat was going down. It wasn't even accepting my syringe feeding for like the last 24 hours.
Mhm.
I woke up on Christmas morning. Bonnie was with her mom, and she was going to come do Christmas with me at like noon. So I wake up at like 6 a.m. Check on the cat. Can't lift its head. Can't do anything. And it was slowly degenerating with these things I mentioned. Like it was able to move its leg, was able to pick its head up just a little bit. I could tell it's going down. So I put the cat in a shoebox. I put it in the car. I call a few vets, and they all want, the ones that will see me, it's a $1,200 minimum to get the cat seen and to run whatever test they need on the cat.
$1,200?
Yeah, $1,200. I mean, if it was $600, I would have killed it too.
Can you put a price on a cat?
This is where the farm mentality comes in, I
Mhm.
guess. Yeah,
That'd
I
feed you
can.
through the-
I can put a price on a cat
That'd feed you through the
in
winter.
that situation.
That would feed you through the winter.
That's right.
A cat.
It's either me or the cat at that point, and I chose the cat to die.
Right. I saved the cat from starving to death.
Yes. So I'm still calling vets when I'm driving. I don't know where I'm driving. I'm driving towards Edmond because this is the one vet that I haven't got a hold of. Or they said, I'll call you back and let you know. They call, $1,200, whatever. So I think, all right. I also have my gun, a 9mm pistol in the car because that was an option I was thinking about. Because I didn't want to strangle the cat.
You have OJ gloves in the car too.
Right.
Subway gloves. So did
Did you piss first?
Fuck no.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
No, I wash my hands thoroughly.
for the dead.
I come to the conclusion I'm going to have to kill the cat. Or, I mean, it's either that or I let the cat die of natural causes, which was, to me,
Inhumane.
it was more humane to kill a cat.
Yes.
Right? Which is what the shelters do anyway, and what PETA does. Apparently, PETA kills more cats than whatever. So I'm trying to think of a place I can drive to where a gunshot will not be heard, or it will be legal out of city limits to fire a gun. So I go out to Jones, and I know there's a lot of places where the North Canadian River winds through Jones and goes. There's a lot of overpasses or
Underpass.
bridges.
Yeah.
Under or overpasses, usually. Wait, do you go under a river?
Well,
And
yeah,
through the woods?
and a river. When it goes over a river, it's just a bridge.
Yeah.
Never mind.
That's a life saying. When it goes over a river, it's just a bridge.
Put that on the
That's
sign.
what I say to dying people. That's what I said before I pulled the trigger on that cat.
I just TLH'd you really hard.
So I pull off the side of the road where there's this. Everybody fishes at these spots, so it's like worn down. There's parking areas. Luckily, there's nobody fishing on Christmas morning at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And it's this sandy, white, sandy, beautiful. They're really kind of beautiful areas for Oklahoma, like wooded, countryside, river.
So the cat had a beautiful death.
It did. But here's where it got fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll pull off, get the cat out with the box, get my gun, take it down to the river. I'm under the river thinking that'll make the gunshot quieter.
Wait, under the
bridge.
river?
I'm under the bridge downtown.
Where I killed that cat.
And the cat's in the box with the silver spoon.
God. All right. Kill the fucking cat already.
I know, I'm sorry.
You do realize that the reverberation of the sound from the gunshot's going to ring out on...
I don't know.
Anyways.
I didn't think about it. Got the cat in the box. It's looking right at me.
I'm the cat in the box.
How many more fucking 90s references can you fit?
I can't look at the cat in the face. It's staring right at me. I look away. I take aim.
Don't look back in anger.
I take aim at the cat in the head. No, body. Lung shot. I'll look away. Pull the trigger. I walk up to the cat box. Rock the cat box. Rock the cat box. And I pick up the box without looking. I'm looking like I can see it in my periphery. Pick up the box. Chunk it in the river. Get in my minivan. Drive off down the road. Get 2 miles down the road. Realize the cat was in an Amazon box that I had something shipped to me with. My address is on the box. And I'm thinking, like, you always hear serial killers start out shooting animals or killing animals. And it really goes through my mind. Somebody's going to find that cat in a blanket in a box with a bullet hole in it. Call the cops. There might be some unsolved murder around here. They're going to come to me thinking they've connected the dots. So I screech the minivan. You turn in the middle of the road.
The bonobo van.
Yes. Don't really do that. Pull off safely.
Mm-hmm.
Look around. Go back to the murder site. The cat. No. I'm sorry. I turned around to throw the cat in the river. I had left the cat in the sand. Just there. Just out under the bridge where people go and fish all the time. I turned around, got back. Then I picked up the cat, threw it in the river. It was floating. And it looked like a Coen Brothers scene. Just
Right.
this peaceful, beautiful sandy river, and all this weird cat murder went on there. And I got back in my minivan, went home, and had a beautiful Christmas. I'm sorry that story was so long.
How early did this take place?
7 a.m., right?
7 a.m.? Oh, yeah, you said
Yeah,
7 a.m.
I woke up really early to check on that cat. I was taking real good care of that cat.
Damn.
Drove up to Hillside Manor sometime after 6. That's 2 a.m. Never mind. God damn it, I ruined it. I could have had a good one. I fucked it up.
I was waiting for my moment to say, "Hey, man, nice shot."
How?
But I didn't.
It was
I
just
didn't get
really,
there.
it was very surreal. It was Christmas morning, first of all, and it was really early. The sun had just risen, and I'm in this beautiful, secluded place doing this really monstrous thing.
But for good reason. I mean, you didn't want your daughter to see a fucking dying cat.
It was all
on
from a good
Christmas
place.
Day.
Otherwise, I would have
No,
put a pillow over the cat's face or something.
I had to
don't
take
know
the feeding
how you
tube
kill
out of
a
that cat. There's more than one way to kill a cat.
Obviously, there is.
Love that 90s song.
Okay, so I have to ask you one more thing while we're about to wrap up here. You witnessed something that I did that was super embarrassing the other day. I did my first Facebook live broadcast.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you the story behind that, but I would also like to hear it from your perspective.
Okay.
Because I have no idea how this happened.
You tell your perspective first.
Well, okay, I will. So Josh and I, every day at work, we go on a walk at 3:30 p.m. We walk around the block. It takes roughly 15 minutes to make that walk, which is we get a 15-minute break at 3:30. You don't have to clock out. It's great. You just get to go on a little walk. So we go on our walk yesterday, and we get back to the office. Like, we turn the corner and we come back down to the little business park where the office sits. And this young lady I work with, Taylor, she runs out of the office and she goes, "Robbie, check your phone right now." And I pull my phone out of my pocket, and before I can unlock it, I see that I have like 8 missed calls, like 7 text messages, all kinds of shit on my phone. I'm like, what happened? I was like, the first thing that went through my mind was, who
Your
died?
cat died.
Mm-hmm.
What cat died? Did I kill a cat on accident?
Did I kill a cat on my break?
No. Yeah. What happened was my cat actually sent a tweet out. I'm about to die and I'm tripping balls on Ambien. It was the day after that. So anyway,
Oh, shit.
I was like, my wife got home and the cat is dead. So people are sending their condolences.
Oh, shit. So you had been a bachelor for 3 days or whatever.
2.5 days.
2.5
Yeah.
days. So you were doing bad things.
Oh.
And in your mind, you saw this and something bad had
Yeah.
happened.
And I'm like, what the fuck happened? So I get on the Wi-Fi at work because I'm a cheap bastard. And I look, and I had been Facebook. I guess they have a new thing where you can live broadcast.
It's been out for a while. Randy does it all the time. Randy, your
Right.
last guest.
Wonderful man. Love him. Great guest. Great human.
Great guest.
Good guy.
Great up.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Check
man.
that out. 2 episodes ago, whenever this is released, right?
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, just turn this one off now and spare me the fucking embarrassment of retelling the story. So I guess what had happened is right before we went on our walk, I was checking my phone, and I guess I didn't lock my phone when I put it in my pocket. And apparently it started live broadcasting from my pocket.
Oh, so you were trying to check out the feature, which is
Mm-mm.
Not at all.
No, I guess I had just looked at Facebook,
okay.
put my phone in my pocket,
And it touched something and hit the
How do you
live.
activate?
Oh, it's very simple. I tried this out after the fact. Just open Facebook, and there's just a button that you can live feed. Like, if you go to Write Post,
Mm-hmm.
then there's a button you can click that you can actually do a live feed feature.
So it took a couple of presses.
Yeah.
Okay.
We get back to the office, and Taylor comes out and she's like, check your phone right now. And I see all this shit. So I'm super embarrassed. I'm like, oh no. Cause like when Josh and I go on our walks, we chat. We talk. And I was just talking about how hot it was and how sweaty I was, and swamp ass this and ball sweat that. And we get back to the office, and I walk in, and our buddy Trey, who also works with us, as soon as I walk in, I see him, and he's just like clapping and cheering. Everyone in the office was gathered around a computer and watching it. And so out of like sheer embarrassment, I just immediately delete the feed, because you're given the option after you finished
I saw there were comments in my notifications on your feed, which very quickly after your feed ended, were just deleted. You couldn't access it.
How long was it?
I saw it. So I think so few people live feed, whatever you call it, live broadcast, that it always you're always notified if one of your friends starts up a live thing.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
It's a new feature. They're trying to sell it.
So as soon as I saw it, I clicked on it and I watched it for about the whole thing was probably a couple of minutes.
It was like 15 minutes.
No.
Yeah. It was a 15-minute walk.
Yeah, I don't know how my notification didn't pop up and I saw it. So it's whenever I checked my notification.
There were 36 comments on this.
Did you read them?
I saw them. They were all
I didn't get to read all of them. I saw a couple in like as I was like going to delete
I read them
it.
all. They were all.
Did you catch them all?
Yes.
Okay.
I think this is what you probably ended up hearing. The story you heard from everybody is that it was a lot of pocket noise.
Mm-hmm.
Your camera was facing out, I think, because
No, it would be, yeah, because I always put the screen towards my leg.
Were you wearing linen pants?
I was wearing shorts much like these, but they were light gray, so
Okay.
wasn't much of a filter.
Were you seeing his dick or something?
No, it was like you could see a lot of light. If you were wearing denim,
Oh.
it would have been dark.
They were light gray shorts like this.
So doing the external camera, not the selfie camera.
No.
My phone doesn't have an external camera.
You know what I mean? Okay, dick.
It was the internal
Like the out-facing camera.
Out-facing camera, yeah.
I don't know which way you put your phone in your pocket.
Well,
but
let's
I'm
take-
sure it
let's take
defaults
a-
to the
let's-
front-facing camera. So
No,
you probably put your screen out.
No.
It defaults to
let's
that.
take a quick
Okay.
poll here. When I put my phone in my pocket, I always put screen towards the thigh.
Screen towards the leg every time.
I put screen out
You go
because
screen out?
I'm always listening to podcasts while I'm working in the shop and I get sweaty as fuck. So I don't want that sweat getting in my speaker.
You need a
Right,
screen protector, bro.
Oh,
I got one, but it doesn't cover the speaker hole.
right. No,
You know?
I
like
always,
it gets sweaty.
I always front left pocket, screen touching the thigh.
Yep.
So
Okay.
my
Yeah.
thigh engaged this.
Okay.
Okay, the other funny thing, when I went live, when you go live, apparently it gives you a chance to write like a headline for it or a caption.
Yeah.
And
I
it said,
forgot what yours was.
It said Cthulhu.
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah,
Like
blah, blah.
spelled like the Philip K. Dick
Which
or whatever. Is that Philip K. Dick?
H.P. Lovecraft.
H.P. Lovecraft.
So
That's right.
were you trying to do something Cthulhu or something?
no, I'm sure that I've typed the word Cthulhu when I'm talking to Jake
Yeah.
before because we talk about Cthulhu a lot. So it must have been muddled.
It autocorrected to Cthulhu.
But then the second word was like RHTPHTLMJ. So it sounded like a Cthulhu speak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then that, and
So-
then this weird avant-garde pocket cast. And the one comment that I did see,
We should have kept it.
that I know,
Pocket cast.
one comment that I did see that cracked me up was like, dude, this is some David Lynch shit. I know you just finished film school, quote unquote, but this is next level shit. Somebody thought that I did that on purpose.
No, they were probably joking. It sounds like an Eric Ellenwood comment.
Right. I'm just saying. It
Right.
was very, very
Yeah.
funny.
All the comments were that. We all knew, and here's what we all heard. And all the comments were like, where the fuck are you walking to Mexico? Because you were walking. By the way, in the middle of the day, what are you doing walking so much? You were walking to lunch?
No, we take a
We
15-minute break. So
we walk around the block.
we take a 15-minute
Like
walk.
for exercise?
Yeah, just to
Oh,
get out of
okay.
the
To get out of
office.
the Everybody does?
Take a little breather. We do.
We do.
Oh, okay.
Just us. Just us
Okay.
two.
The Tackets take one too.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
pass a couple people, but like most people at work smoke cigarettes a lot.
Yeah.
So a lot of people go out and have a cigarette for their 15-minute break. Well, Josh and I make the healthy choice,
Yes.
as a sandwich artist would, and we walk around the block. So yeah, I get back, I immediately delete it, and then I immediately, right after that, just get filled with regret. Hey, speaking of phone calls, I'm going to answer one from my dad real quick.
Uh-oh.
Hey, what's up?
It's all good.
What are you doing?
I'm sitting outside. Just got to be talking to your little sister.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She have anything good to say?
I guess the wind blew all over one of their fence panels last night. They've been out there repairing it this evening.
Oh, man, it rained hard over here tonight.
Yeah, tonight it wasn't last night.
Right. No, I got home from work, and from the time it took me to get out of my car and walk in the house, I got soaked.
Well, that's the way it rained here Monday night. It friggin', of course, it wasn't until after dark when it started, but it friggin' poured. We got like 4.5 inches in about 2 hours.
Yeah, that's a lot of rain.
I love
It
that dog.
poured, and we spread all that gravel Monday, and that didn't do that no good. And we spent most of the damn day out there with a little break in between it come bring some and then come back, and yeah, that didn't do that no good. We got like 4.5 inches Monday night. It friggin' come a monsoon. There wasn't no wind or nothing with it. It was just a lot of damn lightning and rain.
Yeah? What kind of gravel did you get?
1.5 inch crusher run, but we put some, oh hell, we did that Friday. She had some clay brought in, and that's the worst thing in the world you can ever try to spread because it's wet and it clumps like hell. And you got to take that front end loader and try to bust it up. It's like trying to bust up concrete. There were some clumps in there. It's big around or bigger than like a beach ball. I mean, big. And that was a bitch to get that shit spread. And then we put this, thank God, we got that gravel on it Monday before this rain hit Monday night, or that would have been, oh my God, there'd have been people stuck on this damn road. We just put it in 3 or 4 places where it was real sandy, was trying to, build it up because that gravel would just sink in that damn sand in low areas. And anyway, but yeah, we got a hell of a rain out here Monday night. I mean, lightning and rain and God almighty. We hardly get shit today.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Did it rain out there today?
It tried to rain. Most of the shit went east of us or went up your way. It tried to rain, but it didn't amount to nothing. And we didn't need no more rain. My God, we don't need no more rain out here.
Yeah. Yeah, it rained today and when I was at work, and it felt like it was going to cool off a little bit, but then it just got stickier than hell outside.
Well, it tried to. When it first started, there come a little rain here. Don't get me wrong, we didn't get enough to even wet the ground out here, but it tried to rain real hard for not even a minute. And then the clouds come in, and you could just feel it cool down. But we didn't get no rain out of it. Hell, I'm glad we didn't. We don't need no damn rain out here. In the last month, hell, we've had a foot of rain out here in the last month.
A foot of rain?
Foot. Yes, we had 3 inches, then we had 3.5 inches, and then that weekend, me and Paula went to the lake. When our electricity, we come home, our electricity got knocked out. We had 1 inch. And then the other night, Monday night, we got 4.5 inches. In the last month, we've had a foot of friggin' rain out there. Wow. We don't need no more rain right now.
That's a lot of rain.
Especially, a little bitty light rain might be all right, but we don't need no damn downpour out here.
No, that's a lot of rain.
Hell yeah, in a month's time.
I'll tell you what, that rain gauge you bought me that I put on the fence out there, that's a good rain gauge, first of all. I really like that rain gauge.
Well, hell yeah.
It's a good one.
I bought it for you. I got one just like it. I bought your grandpa one, too.
Has he put the rain gauge up?
Shit, yeah, it's in his backyard.
It's a good one.
On a fence.
What I like about
hell
it,
yeah.
It's really easy to read. That's what I like about it.
Yeah.
But anyways.
You know what?
What?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, mine, I mean, I haven't emptied mine here in a couple weeks, but it's at like 6 inches.
Well, shit, Rob, you got to empty the damn thing.
Well, I know, but I forget to sometimes.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, we got a lot of rain.
We got art mines on the corner of this deck, and there's a damn vine that's growed up beside this deck, and it's kind of covering part of this porch, and it's a real pretty vine. It looks like a morning glory vine, but it's not. But still, yeah, it's real pretty. And I kind of hated to just cut it plumb down. Hell, this first year it's ever done that. I mean, it looks real nice. And anyway, it kind of took over where my rain gauge is. And, I mean, it ain't above the rain gauge, so it's still registered rain, but it's all around it. And hell, the other night, Monday night when we got that rain, the last time we had a rain, I think we got about an inch. But shit, it's been hot. I'm sure most of that evaporated. I didn't even empty the rain gauge, but it couldn't have had much in it. I mean, it couldn't have had over an inch in it. And then Tuesday morning, you know, mine's just exactly like yours. And at the top of it, before you get to that little green spout, and that thing's pretty big. That damn thing hold over an inch itself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's big. And anyway, at the very top of the tube, it says 5 inches at the top. And I might have had maybe an inch, but I don't think I had that much because it'd been in there a while. And it's as hot as it's been. I'm sure some of that evaporated because these vines are going around the bottom. Anyway, Tuesday morning, that damn thing was full to the top. The little green spout on top, it was full all the way to the top.
Damn.
I ain't shitting you. That's the most rain I ever seen in that damn thing.
Ever?
It was full ever. But, you know, I can't swear. It might have had an inch in it, but that's the most rain. I mean, this thing was full to the very top of the little green spout on top. I've never seen that much rain in it one time ever since put it up.
Dang.
But anyway, yeah, we had a hell of a rain. My God, we didn't. I was hoping we wasn't gonna get no. It looks like it cleared off back there north. I see some stars. We don't need no more damn rain out here. Not for a while.
Yeah. Hey, I had a question for you real quick. Do you remember, what was the name of that Rottweiler we had that bit Adam and Alan? What was the name of that dog?
Shit, let me think a minute. Well, Spike was the first one. What was his name? Rocky.
Tuffy?
To Rocky? No, it wasn't Rocky. I had a bird dog named Rocky. What was his name? Was it Tuffy?
That was that mean one, right?
That don't sound right either. Rocky was the bird dog I had, the speckled bird dog.
Yeah, I remember Rocky.
Before him. Was it Tuffy?
I think it was Tuffy.
It might have been. Hell, I can't hardly remember him. I remember the dog well. I remember what he looks like. I just think, hell, I'd have to. I know every damn dog I ever had. Was it Tuffy? It might have been Tuffy.
I think it was. Did you shoot that dog?
Somebody had to. That was the last dog I ever shot in my life. I swear I'd never do it again.
Right. No, that's
but
what
it had to be done.
Well,
I
yeah.
didn't like it. He was a beautiful dog.
Yeah.
He just had that streak in him. He was a one-person dog, or he was a family dog. You couldn't trust him. He got aggressive. Hell, he bit Daryl. I was standing right next to Daryl when he did that on the front damn porch, and he would just I could have got the shit suit out of me. He bit Kristen.
Shit suit.
And her. Well, the insurance man come out one day trying to sell some life insurance. I had to buy some damn life insurance off of him, and he nabbed his ass and put his ass over the damn fence.
Yeah.
That dog was fixing to get me in trouble. And
well, it's just a liability at that point. Well,
what made you think of that shit?
Oh, I was talking to my buddy Matt and Josh about dogs, and
you off Friday?
Yeah, I'm off this Friday.
We may go to the lake Friday. I don't know yet. Still debating it.
Well,
I thought we'd going, and then Paula come up with some shit today, and she's always the one that wants to go. So, hell, I like to go too, but hell, Paula's always up to go to the lake. But I don't know, something come up today with Sherry's granddaughter, Aaron's little sister. That's a whole other damn story, but.
Well, did it rain down there?
No, that didn't hardly get shit. Like, I talked to Bob today. No, all this rain you got today and I got Monday, no, that didn't get shit out.
All right. Well,
matter of fact, Bob was telling me, I called him earlier today, and they were over at the beach where they go swimming, and they got several of them around, but real damn nice long beach area. I mean, hell, you can walk out there from where the building is here, halfway to the driveway, and you still ain't over your head. Just nice, long, gradual, sandy beach. But anyway, they was over there today, and Bob said the water's really warm, because usually when you get a good rain, it'll cool the water down. So
yeah.
But no, they didn't get none of that rain. Hell, they're liable to. Hell, there's a good chance of rain tomorrow and a better chance of rain Friday. So they might get some. I don't know. I don't know whether we're going or not. I'll know by tomorrow night. If we're going, we'll get up and go Friday morning.
All right. Well,
you know what's been on my damn mind? Hey, don't try to get rid of me.
I'm sorry. I gotta piss like crazy.
Well, hell. Just hold it. See, when you get my age, you're going to need to piss even worse than that. So they teach you to hold it. That's what your grandpa says. You know, your grandpa says when you get his age, when you got to piss, you got to piss, you know?
It's right. All right, Dad.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Love you, Dad.
Love you too.
Bye.
Robbie?
Oh, my God. Okay, y'all continue the conversation. I have got to piss.
Oh, you really have to piss? Okay.
So
Like
that was awesome.
5 inches.
That was a very long phone call, but I'm kind of glad that happened. That's two great phone calls in one podcast. You just can't write that.
I think that was kind of beautiful.
I thought it was too. I thought it went a lot of different ways. You get a little bit of that small town dadisms.
It was kind of a Rockwellian snapshot.
For sure. It was a portrait.
It was sweet, and I wish you always think about so going back to how you can try to perceive something the way that somebody else perceives a thing.
Yes.
I always think about certain simple people. Simple as in your life is contained and geographically in a small place.
Right.
And the things, the external world that you concern yourself with is also small.
Yes.
The sphere of culture that you consume. So Rob's dad's listening. Rob's pissing, by the way, if that wasn't picked up on the mics.
He
Rob's
really
out of
did
here.
have to
He's
pee.
pissing.
Yeah.
I think he said that, didn't he?
I think he did on the way out.
So wherever Rob's dad is consuming Miranda Lambert, CMT or whatever, probably from TV somewhere.
I'm assuming from CMT or some music video or some performance or something, yes.
And he gets on the internet to look up a thing, probably. So simple life, simple, basic needs met. Otherwise, you're happy. Yeah. So that's what I always think about. Is like, what?
Isn't that really what everyone wants, though?
Well, yeah. I mean, everybody fantasizes about a life in the woods, a secluded, simple life in a cabin in the woods.
Is that not why the tiny house movement, like that kind of thing, is such a big thing now? You know what I mean?
Depends on where you put your tiny house and what you do in your tiny house.
Well,
but
for me, like me and my wife talked about doing that for a while. Only because like you can take it wherever the hell you want to. You're not really stuck to a certain place.
Yeah, but if you're nomading around, that's not the same thing.
That's true.
You're out there. You're
experiencing the world.
You can't be Rob's
There's no
dad.
sphere. No, you can't
There's
be
no
Rob's
going
dad to do
back.
that. No.
I'm talking about the beauty and the simplicity of your dad and people of his ilk or his generation. Even it might be a generational thing. How you can find happiness in such a simple, small sphere of life.
And Rob is back now.
I'm back.
Yeah, Rob's back.
And I had the Adam Sandler of pisses.
The
Did it go-
Leslie Nielsen.
Tally hoo hoo.
My penis did. My penis lips. No,
I pissed in a beer bottle while your dad was talking on the phone. By
I
the
have
way.
a photo of it, which I think we're going to use for your
I should have turned
episode.
around.
No, it was one of those pisses where like I leaned against the wall. I was in such.
You're like
It was so good.
pissed
that you
off at your
leaned.
piss. Like fucking come on already.
It was so long, but yeah, the simplicity.
Hold on. Hold on. Okay, go on.
Oh, anyways, it was just, yeah, the simplicity of my dad's life, and not that he's a simple man, but he has simple pleasures. Were you just smelling your windscreen?
No.
Dude,
I was-
the smeller and the feller are one and the same.
He smelled
Yes.
it and dealt it.
Yeah.
that time.
I'm obviously claiming that. Yeah, your dad's life is simple, and his sphere of cultural consumption is small, and his geographical breadth is small.
Mhm.
Right?
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like the option overload whenever we get on Netflix and we end up 2 hours later not watching anything at all.
No,
Because nothing's
not
good
2
enough.
hours.
I know what you
Really
mean.
like
though.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
30 minutes for sure.
Yeah.
I've been there 30 minutes.
I've been
Browsing.
there for an hour.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
trying to
And
find
you're not
something.
watching anything.
Nothing.
But your dad, but I don't know if it's a matter of options and all that. A matter of options as in like the whole world is bigger and your oyster of the world is bigger. Or the way that they were raised, that generation, just more easily finds or feigns happiness. I don't know. I think your dad sounded truly happy in that conversation, talking about how many inches of rain he got for several minutes.
He did not sound as happy talking about dogs. Like that shit got dark for a
Yeah.
second.
I got
By
a
the
little
way,
dark.
if you edit this phone call, which you will have to, that
Yeah.
thing was 30 minutes long. 20 minutes?
It was 24 minutes long.
We got a good look, a good window into your dad's life.
Yeah. I'll edit it down. If you're listening now, that will be, 5 minutes long.
I think it was beautiful.
It was
I think it
beautiful. But I went through that whole like spectrum of feelings. I was like, okay, at first it was really funny. Then it got dark. Then it got kind of sweet. And then it got funny again.
It's it's unfiltered in that way. Like
Mhm.
you experienced the whole range of, not the whole range, but your dad was just unfiltered and saying in sort of a cute classic hobo drunk sort of way, like the kind of drunk where we wouldn't fall for because we always sense sarcasm, but
Right.
you can kind of fool with an older guy who's been drinking a little bit.
Yeah,
And
maybe
it's
so.
cute and innocent, and your dad in that innocent way expressed truly what he was thinking about at the time.
Yeah,
I
totally.
thought it was awesome.
Well, we'll see how it turns out. But just to throw this out there one more time, bonnie.pizza, she's talking to her dad all the time. So if you want some modern dad speak, just head on over to bonnie.pizza.
Mhm.
Or if you're listening to this on iTunes or on our website, just head on
Click
over.
on them show notes. Rob will put the link in there.
Hell yeah.
Wait. Fatbison.com, guys. I make signs for dead people.
And dads.